What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today we're going to be talking about Thoran and why he's so important in one very specific game mode. Yes, you kind of need him guaranteed, and if you do have his exclusive, he's a little better. However, this is finally one of the times you don't need an exclusive on a hero for him to really shine in a game mode. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. If you guys have used him in this game mode, let me know in the comments down below. Try to get a copy of him because he's going to help out your score a ton. Let's talk about it. So yes, King Croaker is the man right here. This is the game mode where it feels like if you don't have a Thoran, even just like a base level Thoran, your score is going to suffer versus other people. It does show you guys right here who counters him very, very well. And it's really down to one thing. This ability right here. It says shoots a magic bubble at the closest enemy at 15, 35, and 55 seconds into the battle. The target will be defeated outright if hit. So essentially, you're going to have heroes dying off. If you don't have a Thoran on the battlefield, well, that means some of your damage dealers might be dying off. And that's another reason why having some ranged units are really going to be optimal here. Now, I'm going to show you much more of an end game build, but I'm going to show you guys some of the other reasons where you can actually kind of skirt the system and do good damage with it still. But let's talk about this. So resurrection is the main reason why Thoran is the GOAT here. Why? It's because when he's defeated, he resurrects himself, which means he can eat 2 of those bubbles right out of the gate, which is amazing. Beyond that, if you do get his exclusive unlocked, essentially the second time he goes to die, instead the ally he is linked to, who's placed directly behind him, will sacrifice their HP to basically heal him and not let him die. So that is pretty much the whole reason why this hero is so good against Croaker. So, talking about basic team setups here, chances off are you're not going to have Rainier or anything like that. You're probably going to have Assessia, and you're probably going to have a team that looks something more similar to this. Now, you can put in another support hero like a Kruger that's going to get one hit and die. You can try to go for another type of support hero to keep your heroes alive, because one thing that is also very important in this one is having AoE heal. So if you don't have a Smokey for your team, another hero that can play a really good role is Haywin, because she does really good AoE healing, and healing is also going to be very important because he does do tons of AoE damage. So that's what kind of a more basic team would look like. What I'm going to do here, and what I've actually found to be one of my best setups, is of course Merrily. Merrily is going to do some of the best damage here. Same with Odie. They do magic damage, they do physical damage, so you have a little bit of a variety here. We're mainly using our Rainier because he has his exclusive unlocked. If you don't have Rainier and Mythic Plus, just don't even use him in the line. Use your Cessia, use something else. But getting Merrily up to Mythic Plus is really strong because that's where her abilities really shine. Again, go for Cessia and Odie type teams if you don't have this. But most importantly, we have this Thoran, and we're going to link him to one of our damage dealers to try to make sure they stay alive, because like I said, there's a lot of AoE damage in this battle, so we want to make sure they stay alive. You could swap the Merrily and Odie's positions too, basically because Odie does get very close, but honestly it's not a worry because they do that little knockback and it ensures that Thoran is at the front. Now we're going to watch Thoran during this battle because, again, at 15 seconds right there, he did take a lethal hit right there, and then he comes back to life. Now we have about, what, I think like 30 seconds-ish until the next one, or maybe it's only 15. So we're going to watch Thoran again. He's going to get hit with that bubble here shortly. And you're going to see his health drop to 0 again right there. This is where his exclusive comes into play, because now that he has his exclusive, he has another life. If you don't have the exclusive for Thoran, that just means the next time bubble is cast, it's going to kill potentially one of your damage dealers or one of your debuffers or supporters. So just keep that in mind. That is going to hurt your score if you do that. And you can see right here, Thoran did die on the third one. But after the third one, you don't have to worry, because at that point, he's not going to cast that bubble ability again. So the rest of your team can stay alive so long as you have a hero like Smokey or Haywin or whatever that can keep your team going. And as you guys can see, it looks like we might get close to a new record for ourselves. Yep, right there, we hit a new record. We got up to 27, almost 28 million in damage. So that's really, really strong. But again, if you don't have a Thoran, it's going to go much worse for you, and I'll show you guys why. Because let's put a more traditional looking team in without all these extras. Chances are you have an Odie, you have a Cessia. Let's just say you're on a more free-to-play type account and you have these heroes here, because this is, I feel like, what a lot of people will probably have. Even if you don't have a Smokey, you'll have some other support hero, but immediately you'll notice a big difference. Even having Coco in here to give, you know, some attack buffs while also lowering the damage that Entendre is going to take at the front, it doesn't matter, because the second she gets the bubble, like the description says, she is going to die. There's really no way to get around that. Right there, instant death, which now means when we go through this battle with our normal style team and not a Thoran, is going to be a little bit more rough. Now, survivability of our heroes is decent. If you do have these AoE heals, that's going to help a ton. Granted, you have to remember, even though we're in the Elite Challenge, the Endless mode, which is the most difficult version of this boss, things are going to be the same. You can see right there, Smokey was the next closest. He did get taken down. It will not target summoned heroes, so you can't cheese this or get around this with the Cessia or anything like that. And then you see the bubble float out there. It took out the Coco. So if you are going to do a setup where you don't have Thoran, please make sure you put your damage dealers as far back as possible, and that way they can hopefully live for as long as possible. That is, if the AoE bubbles like that aren't already killing them. So there are ways around this. Make sure your damage dealers are in your back, but again, at the end of the day, there's one MVP, and if you don't have that MVP, you're going to want to make sure you're putting him on your all hero recruitment. You're going to want to make sure he's on your epic recruitment, because that is going to be the best way to get him. And yeah, this man is absolutely amazing. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know, have you gotten a copy of him? Because even a single copy can be of use to help push progression in this. Anything to get around that bubble popping is going to be the most important thing possible. Now, one thing I forgot to mention too is with his exclusive, just to kind of recap this at the end, you don't even need to level the exclusive off. You just need to just get it unlocked, because if you look at the other things he does, plus 200 damage received during the charge, Thoran's soul will complete the slash if a skill is interrupted. It's just all damage oriented stuff basically for his ultimate. So it's not really that big of a deal that you even level this at all. Getting him to Mythic Plus, getting this soul pact helps because of two reasons. One, if you want to keep one of your damage dealers alive, like we showed you in combat, you link them up, and that way they're going to take he's going to basically take 50% of the damage that ally takes till the end of battle. So if you have a weak Merrily or a weak Odie and they just can't survive that AoE damage, pairing them up with the Thoran is like the next side bonus to this. And again, if you have that link done too, this just means you're going to get an extra life, which you just can't beat it. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Try to get yourselves a single Thoran copy at the least. Let me know if you guys have found any strategies that don't involve Thoran, but let's be honest, kind of important. One thing you could also do to tank things and kind of cheese it is if you have a single copy of Brutus and he can live through it. I mean, he does go immune, but you can kind of cheese it with a Brutus as a discount type one copy type of thing. But if you can get a copy of Brutus, chances are you might already have a Thoran copy. Hey, you could put both of them in, and then that also gives you more time for your damage dealers to deal damage. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.